One of the breakfasts my kids like to eat is granola. And right now, I am fresh out. So today I'm going to show you how unbelievably easy it is to make homemade granola. In fact, when you're making granola, there's only one thing that you actually have to measure. You want equal parts of fat and sweetener. So into a bowl, I'm adding half a cup of melted coconut oil and half a cup of maple syrup. And feel free to use any kind of fat or sweetener that you'd like. Next, raid your pantry to see what kind of nuts and seeds you happen to have on hand. And speaking of hand, this is how I measure it. Some pumpkin seeds. I just fill up my hand like that. Next, I'll put some sunflower seeds in. And some flax seeds. I'll definitely do some walnuts since it's one of my favorite nuts. Mine are pretty large here, so I'm just going to break them down just a bit. And in that goes. Then finally, I'm just going to fill the rest up with some oats. And this ends up being about 3 to 4 handfuls. Now I'm just going to stir this up, get everything well coated. You want everything to be coated with the liquid, but you don't necessarily want it to be soaked. In fact, if you have a little pool of liquid left in your bowl here, just go ahead and add some more oats, just to get the right consistency. Now I'm also going to put in a pinch of salt and a dash of cinnamon. Then just get a baking tray with a parchment paper on it and spread your granola out evenly. Then into the oven it goes at 300 degrees. Now that needs to bake for roughly 20 minutes or so, and I'll show you what it's supposed to look like at the end. But in the meantime, I'm going to get a nice big handful of these beautiful raisins. These things are from one of my favorite farmers. They're so delicious. They're just a bit large, so I'm just going to roughly chop them up just a little bit. And these, of course, don't have to bake in the oven because obviously they're already dry, so we'll just add them at the end. All right, there's 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and check this. Got a little bit of browning here and caramelization, but it's going to need a little bit longer. So I'm just going to stick it back in for another 10 minutes. You'd think I have this recipe nailed down by now, but that's the thing about being a home cook, is you don't have to have everything planned out precisely. Sometimes you just have to get in there and figure it out because you're just cooking for those that you love. There we go. You know, everything looks a little more toasted now. Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm just going to add those raisins, and then I'm going to let this cool for about 10 minutes. Now for this particular granola, I'll put all the ingredients in the description below for you. But now you know how unbelievably simple this is, so go make some homemade granola for someone you love.